Good morning, gardening friends. Today is Sunday, January 19th, 2025, and I'm sitting in my front porch. You can see I've elevated my amaryllis because it looks so gorgeous. I just want to look at it for probably the week that it lasts. I put my poinsettia there, and the other amaryllis just has a single stalk. But it is blooming beautifully. The amaryllis I planted last week are beginning to send up some buds. Again, one has a double bud. Oh, goodness. What a week we are going to have. We're going to have some exciting weather. We're having an extended cold snap. It's anticipated to start tonight, and we're going to have basically all next week nights in the lower 20s, Tuesday night teens, and we're having a snow event on Tuesday. Surprisingly enough, I looked it up. I only remembered two other events of snow since I've owned my home, and I looked it up, and there are only four that are recorded. 1963 on New Year's Eve, got about 2 inches or 3 inches. 1973, February 9th, 3.6 inches. 1993, March 12th and 13th, we got 3 inches. And in 2010, on February 11th, we had a dusting. So snow is a rare event in Mobile. I will take some pictures or a video when it does snow, but I will tell you this about the South, the deep South. When there's snow on the roads, people are crazy. So thank God I am retired. I am going to stay in the snowy days. The Tuesday when it snows, it won't get above freezing all day. So the snow will still be on the ground for Wednesday. So I don't plan on even going outside other than walking around the house those 2 days. I've got 5 bundles of firewood, 2 in the trunk of my car, the rest in the garage, just in case we lose power. It's not apt to break any lines down, but crazy people on the roads might accidentally slide into telephone poles. So, having said all of that, I'm looking forward to the week. What lives will live. We've had cold weather before. I'm sure I'll lose the tops of a lot of different things, but the roots should be okay. We'll see what happens. The other exciting thing this week was my toilet bowl broke. I'm sorry, I might offend people, my commode. So I got Roto-Rooter in, and we went to Lowe's, and I got a new one, and it works fine. So I do miss my 5-gallon flush. This is one of those water-saving models. But in any event, it looks nice. Again, do a quick look around the room. I did fill my pitchers again yesterday on the pitcher plant. Takes about 2 cups of water altogether. I did bring my rosemary in because I don't want to chance it. I use rosemary a lot for cooking. And I just rearrange things a little bit. Still have my African violet. Let's go for a walk. I did see something exciting, which I'll show you a little later. But we'll start in the front. Pansy's still looking good. So far, the cycad is fine. I doubt if the bananas will survive. The roots will, but the plants above ground probably won't. we'll see next week. It is cold enough that I may lose parts of my fig tree. Time will tell. Back in the camellia bed, Professor Sargent is blooming nicely. Some of the buds have come back on the Encore azaleas. Wandering Dude is still okay. My double white camellia is still doing well. High Fragrance has a lot of buds, but I don't think they're going to make it. But there is a High Fragrance. I think I'll cut that and bring it in the house. Oh, this one is blooming. How can I get there? This is an unnamed variety. It's huge, and I do like the look of the flowers. It did not bloom last year. I don't know why. But again, the camellias will survive the cold, but the flowers may not. The blooms will probably be frostbit, but you never know. Time will tell. Miraculously enough, my cassia is still here. I can guarantee you it won't be next week. You can see the wind is already picking up today. I did check my coolant level in the car, and it was fine. You can see the cold has touched the blackberries. Still have a little dill. It's good. I'll have to think of what I could use that in. Parsley won't be touched by the cold. Most of the herbs won't be touched by the cold. Affected, I should say. They'll all be touched by cold. I have a bag of leaves here that I have to decide what I want to protect with them, and do that today. So far, everything is still in that I put in to protect it from the cold. I don't anticipate a lot of damage here, although the cordyline will probably be frozen back. I did tuck my African iris against the wall to protect mostly the pot. I have plenty of African iris. Oh, there went Dilly. Since it's so cold, I'm going to go ahead and lock the door now. Back in here, not much has changed. This was the surprise. Ta-da! Queen Bessie, my favorite camellia, has started to bloom. They are huge flowers. It's going to be the plant of the week. I've already taken the pictures. It did not bloom last year, but it looks gorgeous this year. That was from Bellingrath Gardens. Bessie was the matron of the house, and they named that camellia after her. And here, oops, rains have filled that baptismal font. Oh, there's Dilly, and I'll need to empty it because it already has some cracks, and I don't want it to burst open. Again, some nice camellias here. These 4 camellias are blooming. See if I can get up in here. These are a pretty camellia. Don't know the name, but again, I have one in each corner of this spot. Years ago, this was actually a courtyard. The fence, like you see on that side, wrapped around, well, it wrapped out that far. It was only 6 feet out on either end, and it was totally fenced inside. But what happened a few years back is I lost a huge oak tree, and it took out quite a few feet of this fence. And I just decided it looked so nice being open that I didn't bother putting it back up again. In fact, I cut that fence back to just the same distance that the other one projects out. So, hence, the fence only goes to there now, but it used to go all around behind this in the middle of the shrubs. Still have kumquats, satsumas, probably not edible anymore. One beautiful knockout yellow rose. Back in here, all is well. The palms should protect things. The one good thing about snow coverage, if we get coverage, is it does insulate things. Because the coldest the plant will see if it's covered in snow is the 32 degrees of the ice. So if it gets down to 20, the plant is only going to see 32, so it's actually a benefit if it's totally covered. Certainly what's exposed is going to see the cold, frigid temperatures. You really do appreciate the form of this pecan tree this time of the year, and the berries on the Nandina. Of course, I've pointed those out before. Winter rye should do fine. It can take the cold. It can't take heat. This will probably be the last week for these ginger lilies, because the cold weather will definitely get them. Possibly the cycads. Time will tell. I will have to cover my palm tonight. It may be futile, but I'm going to cover it anyway. I do want to... Dilly is following me today. Take one last picture or video of the top of this palm, because I do believe that I will lose the top of it with this extended stretch of cold weather. But we shall see. The palm will be fine. It'll just lose, the leaves will turn brown. But it looks spectacular today. And today is all we really have right now. That palm looks nice as well, the Pindo. Oh, I don't think there's anything new in the garage, but I did not go in yet. Let's take a look. I see my poinsettia is starting to bloom. Ooh, it's warm in here. Warm and humid. There you can see some of my firewood stocked away. Ooh, it's hot in here with this jacket. You can see my Nun's orchids are about ready to bloom. Ooh, you leave this door open a little bit, although the humidity does the plants good. Everything in here is looking fine. I do have my, for plumeria in the corner. When it loses its leaves, it does not need to be in the light. So that's why I put that in that dark corner. I'm going to take this desert rose and move it into my bedroom. because it's too nice of a plant to leave there. It's too dim, and what will happen is it will lose all of its leaves. Okay. Ooh, my nose is running. Still have a few latent flowers on my paper whites, but we'll just do a panoramic view of what everything looks like now. And we'll see what it looks like next week. The other thing, I still have plants blooming in the house. Let me clean my feet here. These Christmas, no, this is well, I don't know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, whatever. It's blooming in the kitchen. I don't move these. It's a north-facing window, and they seem to like it. Of course, the cyclamen are still there. Aspidistra, still on guard at the window. Took another cutting of my coleus from the front porch. I do like fresh carnations. I always get carnations because they remind me of weddings. In my family, we were too poor for roses. We used carnations. And I've got some more opening up in the kitchen. I wait till they open and then I put them in arrangements. But there you have it for today. I hope you all stay warm and safe. And until next week, or till we get some snow, I will see you later in the week. Take care.